Let's learn some French with Netflix. And for all things about life in Paris as told by an American who's living here, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever I post a new video. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, I'm Tiff. I'm an American living in Paris, here to help you navigate life abroad, navigate life in Paris, help you jump outside of your comfort zone and successfully set yourself up in a new country if that's something that you want to do. So let's get into today's topic, which is learning French with TV shows and movies on Netflix. So y'all know I'm no French teacher and that the struggle has been real for me with this language, but I wanted to share some of the methods that I've personally been using to learn French with Netflix TVs and shows, as well as share with you guys some of my favorite French TV shows and movies that I personally found and loved on Netflix. But before we get into the good stuff, I did want to shout out the sponsor of today's video, which is Glasses USA. So Glasses USA is a brand that offers prescription glasses online at super affordable prices. Like, I'm talking up to 70% off of retail price. They offer 6,000 styles of sunglasses and eyeglasses featuring in-house and designer brands. Like, I'm talking Gucci, Versace, Ray-Ban, you name it, they got it. Now I'm actually wearing this clear frame that I got that I'm absolutely loving right now. You guys have probably seen me wear these in a lot of my day in the life videos where I'm at the office, because they are blue light blocking glasses, and of course I'm on my computer and my phone all day every day, so really wanted to get a pair of blue light blocking glasses, so these are the ones that I chose. What's also really cool about Glasses USA is that they offer a virtual try-on feature where you can upload a picture of yourself and see how the glasses fit on your face, so see how the frame fits on your face. And that's actually what I did with this pair, and actually honestly all of the pairs of glasses that I got. Then I also got a few pairs of prescription glasses. So first these ones, so the tortoise frame, it's kind of like a go-to classic for me. It's kind of like one of my favorite styles to get in prescription glasses. So I got these ones. Actually, you can add your prescription to basically any of the sunglasses or eyeglasses that are available on their website. And they also have a really cool app where if you for some reason do not have your prescription, you can scan an old pair of glasses to figure out what your prescription is through their app, which I thought was really cool. And then I also got these ones too. So these ones also have my prescription and they are blue light blocking as well. And again, I am loving the clear frame. These ones also have a really cute pink tint to them, which I thought was really cool. So if you guys are in need of a new pair of glasses, whether it be sunglasses or prescription glasses, I have a link below in my description box for you guys to Glasses USA. So thank you Glasses USA so much for sponsoring this video, and now let's get back into learning French with Netflix. All right, so let's get right into it. So starting with a few methods that I use to learn French with Netflix. So the first is having the audio in French, you know, for the TV show or movie, and the subtitles in English. So I feel like this is a great way to start if you are just starting to get accustomed to the language, because it's a great way to train your ear to the language. And all of my French teachers have said you have to listen, whether it be conversations in movies, listening to the radio, you know, listening to songs. So I highly recommend this if you are just starting out with learning the language so that you can start to train your ear. And then the second method that I have is English audio with French subtitles. So I would say that this is a great option for someone who has somewhat of a grasp on the language and wants to understand some common phrases in English and how they translate in French. This is a great reading exercise, but you will have to have some understanding of the language so that you know what the words say. And then the third option is to do French audio and French subtitles. So this is if you want to go all in. And I personally prefer this version because sometimes the people in the movies are speaking so fast that it's hard for me to break up the words. And a little trick for you guys, you know, if you aren't yet completely fluent in French like me. So a trick that I do is whenever I'm watching a French movie or show using this method, so method 3, I have my Google Translate out and I click the microphone button so that it captures everything that they're saying and types it out in English. So for example, as I'm watching, if I miss a word or I'm not sure what something says, I kind of look at my Google Translate to see what the translation is in English if it's a word that I don't yet know. But be careful with this, you know, don't use the Google Translate as a crutch, you know, definitely only look at it, you know, if you really don't know a word or phrase, but it's something that's been helpful for me. So those are a few of the methods that I've been using that have been working for me. So if you do decide to use these methods, let me know if they work for you. So now let's get into some of my favorite French TV shows and movies on Netflix. So starting with number 1, which is Emily in Paris. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing with you guys. But anyway, so I have broken up my French movies and shows into different categories. So kind of like the drama, mystery, thriller, then the rom-com, comedy, kids shows. So I have all of those included. All right, so let's try this again. So the very first category I have is kind of the drama, mystery, thriller. And the first show I have on this list is called Le Bazar De La Charite. I didn't want to mess up the name of the show. And it's a drama series. You can only watch the show in French. So French audio, French subtitles. So you'd have to use method 3 on my list to watch this show. So it takes place in 1897 and it's based on this tragic event that happened in Paris around that time. So at the time they would have these big charity events for like the aristocrats and the socialites of Paris. And at one of these events, a fire erupted and killed a bunch of people. And it basically tells a story of how the lives of 3 women changed as a result of this fire, as a result of this tragic incident. You know, so I don't want to give too much away, but it's a really, really good show and I highly recommend it. So the second show on my list is called Lupa. So it's kind of a mystery / thriller. You can use all 3 methods to watch the show. So it has both English audio, English subtitles, French audio, French subtitles, but it is a French show. So the show is also based in Paris and follows the life of a very handsome Senegalese man who as a kid would read the novel about Arsène Lupin, which is like a fictional thief. You know, throughout his life, he actually turns into a thief and commits different crimes around Paris, but he's kind of committing these crimes in order to clear his father's name, who was wrongly accused of something in the past. So it's a really, really good show. Again, I don't want to give too much away because I want you guys to watch it and see for yourself kind of how the story unfolds, but it really, really is a great show. It's only 5 episodes long and I highly, highly recommend it. Then the next show on my list is called Osmosis. So this is a drama and I'm pretty sure you can use all 3 methods for this one as well. It has English audio and subtitles and then French audio, French subtitles, and I think of a few other languages as well. But I am only on the first episode of the show, so I'm kind of just starting to get into it. But the premise of the show is crazy. So it's basically supposed to be Paris of the future. And this tech guy basically has tried to create a dating app that matches people in Paris with their soulmates based off of data that they pull from their brain. It honestly gives me like Black Mirror vibes, if y'all know what I mean. And that's kind of why I was really interested in watching the show. But so far, so good. I really have to get a lot more into it though, but I've been liking it so far. And also, question for you as I'm going through this list, have you watched any of these shows or movies? Let me know in the comments below. And also let me know if there are any other shows and movies that you would add to this list, because I'm always looking for more French TV shows and movies to learn French with. So the next up on my list in this category is a movie called The African Doctor. So this is a drama, and I believe, yeah, it only has French audio, but you can watch with English subtitles. So this is probably going to be for methods 1 and 3 that you can use to watch this one. But I actually recently watched this movie and oh my gosh, it was so good. So this story is set in 1970, I think, or 1975, around that time. And it tells the story of a Congolese man who, you know, comes to France to study to get his medical degree and then gets offered a job in this very small village in France where, you know, they had never really seen a Black person before. You know, it's predominantly white, and, you know, he comes with his family and it just talks about, you know, the hardships that he faces, you know, trying to get accustomed to life in the village, how the people get accustomed to him. You know, at first he's really not accepted at all. Like, people don't want to work with him. They don't like him because he's Black, because he's African. So I really love this movie. I don't want to give too much away. I just kind of want to share a little synopsis because I really do want you guys to go and watch it, but it's a really, really good movie. I really liked it and highly recommend. So now let's get into some of the rom-coms, you know, comedies, you know, some of the cute, fun type of French movies and shows that I've been watching lately. So the first is 10%, which you can only watch in French, so French audio and French subtitles. So you'll only be able to use method 3 of mine to watch this show. And I'm only on season 1 out of, I believe, 4 seasons. I think it's 4 seasons. Yep, out of 4 seasons. And honestly, if you have ever talked to a French person about what shows to watch in French, I'm sure that this show has come up. Honestly, all of my French friends have told me to watch this show. So the show basically tells the story of talent agents who live and work in Paris, and they all have these high-profile celebrity clients who actually happen to be real French celebrities. So if you do watch the show, you'll start to get familiar with who some of the real French celebrities are, which is also really cool. The show really showcases, you know, the busy lives of professionals, you know, working at a talent agency in Paris. You get get to see a lot of their professional life, their personal life. Again, I'm only on the first season, but so far so good, and I'm telling you, any French person that you talk to will probably tell you to watch this show. So next on my list is Wedding Unplanned. So this is more of a rom-com, and you can only use methods 1 and 3 from my list for this one because it does not have English audio. I'm pretty sure it's only French audio, but you can get the subtitles in English for this one. This is a really cute movie. I actually just watched this last week, and it's basically the story of this guy and this girl who meet at a Halloween party, and they hook up, you know, they do the deed, and after they do the deed, the girl gives him her card, and she happens to be a wedding planner. So, and his girlfriend finds the card of the wedding planner in his coat pocket or something like that, and thinks that this guy is trying to propose to her or wants to plan a wedding for her, and gets really, really excited. She tells the guy about it, so he's like, crap, I guess I have to plan a wedding now to kind of cover up his secret. But it's a really cute movie. You know, I don't want to give too much away, but it's a really fun movie that I really enjoyed watching. So yeah, it's a good one. If you're into rom-coms, you'll really like this movie. So next up on my list is a show called Planned, which I absolutely love. Oh my gosh, I think it's probably my favorite French show. And you can watch this one with all 3 methods. It has English audio and subtitles, and also French audio and subtitles. But this show is so cute. You know, I've watched both seasons, so there are only 2 seasons. And it basically tells the story of a girl who's based in Paris, who's really just trying to find love in the city. So she has recently broken up with her boyfriend, and she's kind of like, what's next? And in an effort to help her, her 2 friends hire a male escort to take her on a date. And long story short, the girl and the male escort end up falling in love, and I'm gonna leave it there. I don't want to give too much away again, but it's a really cute show. I love that it's based in Paris. You know, I love that I can recognize the different spots that they're going to. And if you continue watching through season 2, you also see how they experience, you know, all that is this world right now in Paris, like with wearing masks and hand sanitizer and everything like that. So yeah, it's a really cute show if you love rom-coms. So next up is this movie called I Am Not an Easy Man. So this is also kind of like a rom-com comedy, and I believe you can use all methods for this one because it has English subtitles and audio, also French audio and subtitles. So this is the story about an unmarried man who is a bit of a jerk. He thinks women is beneath him, that men have all the power, you know, that type of guy. And he one day bumps his head and wakes up in this like alternate universe where women rule the world. You know, women have all the power, they have all the say, everyone listens to the women. He ends up falling in love with this girl and struggles because he's still adapting to, you know, women ruling the world and things like that. But it's a really funny movie. And again, if you're looking for a good laugh, this is also a really good one. Now, next up on my list is actually a kid's show, because I did want to throw a kid's show in here because it is a really great way to learn the language if you're just starting out. So this show is called Homme le Dauphin Blanc, and it is only in French. So you can only watch it with French audio and French subtitles. So this is a great way to introduce yourself to method 3 if you want to kind of go all in and just watch a show completely in French. The episodes are super short, I think only like 12 to 15 minutes. And I had started watching the show just to kind of get some of the basics down, because a lot of my friends actually have told me to watch kids movies and shows in French, and also read kids books to kind of try and get some of my basics down. So I was using this show to try it out. So this show is a cartoon about a teen diver and his kid sister, and they basically take all of these adventures on this tropical island with their friend dolphin. So the story isn't the most exciting since it is a kid's show, but if you are looking to get your basics down and kind of want to start with method 3, you know, going all in, watching something completely in French with French audio and French subtitles, this could be a great way to start. And actually, guys, that was the very last show that I have to share with you guys today. So that's a wrap on some of the methods that I'm using to learn French with Netflix, along with the French TV shows and movies that I'm watching right now. So if you are a fan of French TV, definitely let me know if you are watching any of these shows, and also if you have any others to add to this list. And if you're not and kind of just getting into it, let me know out of all of the shows and movies that I've shared with you today, which that you're the most excited to get into. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're looking for more tips and tools on how to navigate life in Paris or navigate life abroad, definitely get on my email list. The link will be in my description box. And also make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I share a lot of great content about life in Paris and navigating life abroad. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. And if you're looking for new eyeglasses or new sunglasses, make sure to head to the link in my description box to learn more about Glasses USA.